Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. So, first things first, I'm very sorry. I do have a little cold, so I am a little nasally. I'm going to try not to sound like Daddy, am I your baby on this voiceover. So, I do apologize in advance. Also, this video is super long. I'm sorry, but I don't think I ever put a very detailed soft gel application on my channel. So, I wanted to do that. And this video is definitely all over the place because it was like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. And I definitely wasn't feeling well and everything started looking blurry. So bear with me, but I am going to give you all the details of applying your soft gel application. I'm going to give you a lot of do's and don'ts because this video has a lot of don'ts in it. So first things first, you want to start off with trimming down your nails if you choose to. If you don't, mine were like very raggedy, so I chose to trim them down and file them up a little bit. This way they can somewhat kind of grow evenly under the soft gel application. I usually have my soft gel nails on for a good 3 weeks to a month. Everybody is different. Some people like to change it out every 2 weeks or do refills, whatever your heart desires. Just go with whatever your nail gods tell you to go through. So after I finish trimming down, I do like to go in with my cuticle pusher and push back my cuticles, just to get all that dead skin up. So this is what I'm doing right now. And then I do go in with my nail drill with my like, I don't know what it's called. Yes, I went to nail school, but we didn't really go over nail drill bits like that, I don't think. But I go in with like the ball shape nail drill bit and just get all that dead skin. The key to any long lasting nails, whether you're using regular nail polish, gel polish, dip powder, acrylic, hard gel, builder gel, soft gel, whatever gel, is prep. My prep takes me about 20 minutes. So this is just one hand. What I recorded was about 14 minutes long. So my nail prep takes about 20 minutes. That's what takes me so long with doing anybody's nails, even when I'm in the salon. Technically, a gel polish manicure is supposed to take 45 minutes. Out of those 45 minutes, about 20 minutes is just prep because I want it to last. And clients that have come back to me, 9 times out of 10, they start their nails start chipping probably the week that they're supposed to come, which is like within 2.5 weeks they come back. So this is the way I prep. You don't gotta follow me, you can do whatever you want, but when I tell you my nails last, they last. So here I am just going in with this drill bit, and then I do go in with my cuticle nipper. My nipper was on one last night. I don't know what was happening. It was like getting stuck, but I didn't show too much of this because this video is already long. But you want to go in with your cuticle nipper and just get all that extra dead dry skin up, because this is the key. You want to know why your nails not staying on and they popping off? This is why, because you're not prepping. You gotta prep. So here's what I'm doing right now. You want to make sure your nippers are really sharp, because if they're dull, I think that was the thing. These nippers are just dull. I don't know. I feel like with this batch of nippers that I got, they are kind of dull. I don't know, but I can't like get a refund or anything or send them back because I pretty much use all of them. And I just been going through the nippers. But anyway, you want to make sure you take your time with this. You want to make sure that you are not cutting the living skin. So if you are not a nail tech, yeah, really wouldn't recommend it. But if you are aspiring to be a nail tech, or you just want to learn how to cut your own cuticles, I would say go to the grocery store, go get you a lemon, go get you a lime. That's how I learned in nail school. We practice with limes. If you start using the nipper and you cut and you get juice, that means you're going too deep, which means that, think about it as if this is your nail. You cut and you go too deep, you will bleed, because that means you're cutting the living skin. So if you want to learn how to use a nipper, I would recommend going to the grocery store, go and get you a lime or a lemon, but we use limes, and go practice with that. And I think when I was in nail school, we spent about a good 2 weeks with the nippers or whatever. Also, if you are a nail tech, make sure you check with your state laws. State laws are not universal if you're in the United States. I don't know about other countries, but I would just say check with your laws about what you can and can't do. Because although Russian manicures are on the rise, it is illegal. So beware. But anyway, I think this is what takes me really the longest, is to get in the cuticle, because I like to get every nook and cranny of that dead skin off. So you just want to make sure you're taking your time. Usually, like when I'm with clients in the salon, I don't talk during this part. Like, they're talking to me and I'm like pretty much holding my breath, because just for me, any distraction, any wrong move, I can cut into the living tissue, and ain't nobody got time for that. And for some reason, I have actually cut myself. It doesn't stop bleeding, and don't nobody want to see all that blood. So yeah, that's about it for this part. So I'm just gonna watch y'all. I'm gonna let y'all watch me finish cutting this. As you guys can see, I'm struggling, and then I'll be right back for the next part. Okay, so now that the prep is done, we get into the fun part, and that is sizing your nails. So I pretty much know my sizes already. Fun fact, little hack, most of the time your pointer finger, your index finger, is the same as your ring finger, usually for most people. But you just want to, go in and size up your nails, make sure they fit from sidewall to sidewall. Somehow, my nail tips aren't in the slot that they're supposed to be, but also I haven't used these in a while. So if you see me looking a little confused, that is why. But for the most part, I know my nail sizes. My thumb is a 0. My index and ring finger are a size 4. My middle finger is a size 2, and then my pinky, I believe, is like a size 8, 7 or 8, one of those numbers. But yeah, sorry, getting text messages. But anyway, so you want to make sure that the nails fit sidewall to sidewall. If they don't, you can use a nail file and just file lightly around the cuticle part area to fit your nail bed. But I feel like most nail tips now, because soft gel is very, very popular, I feel like they are gearing to everybody that has, whether you're a wide nail bed or like narrow nail bed. So you should be able to find your nail tip without doing too much work. Or you can always do like what is that hack that everybody does? I don't know what it's called, but you move the tip up a little bit so that it flows flawlessly. I don't know. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all see it all online. But these gel nail tips are from Macart. I don't even know if they sell them anymore. I'll check and, put everything in the description. So after you get your nail sizes, you want to go in and etch the inside of the nail tip. If you don't want to do this because of all the dust, I totally get it. You can go in with primer and do this. I've never done it with primer. I've done it for like practice on my channel way long ago, but I won't even go back to those channels. for my content creators, you ever look back at your work and be like, ooh, I should have never posted that because that is a hot mess. Yes, I do go back and look at some of my videos and see from then and now and huge difference. But anyway, I got this sand and mandrel bit off of Amazon, but I chose the wrong size. So if you're doing like you know, like those extra long nail tips where the nail well is a little wider, I think that sand and man will be good. Not for these. I couldn't find the smaller mandrel bit that I had, but just go in and etch the inside, and then I like to go in with a dust brush and just dust brush, get some alcohol and get rid of all the dust. And it also kind of dehydrates the nail, which is why I think my nails stay on for so long.
Walker, thank you for wanting a verse from me. Apologies for the wait, sometimes it's hard to get the distractions up off you. For enough time to jot your thoughts, but fuck it, this morning I got.
Okay, so after you etch the inside and dust off all that dust, I like to go in with Mia Secret Extra Bond, not once but 2 times. So I do this for my gel nails, and I do it for when I do a gel manicure. Also when I do hard gel or builds a gel, I go in with Mia Secret 2 times, and then I go in with 1 layer of the Young Nails Protein Bond. Everything can be found on Amazon. Sometimes at the salon when I don't have the Young Nails Protein Bond, I just go in with 3 layers of Mia Secret. Mia Secret is a little bit more on the affordable side. However, Young Nails, that I don't remember how many ounces that bottle is, but it's like $22. But a little goes a long way, so you are most likely getting your money's worth. I haven't tried the bottle where it's a bigger size yet because it's been sold out. So yeah, you can find it on Amazon, or you can go to Young Nails website, and that is my holy grail. So what I do is make sure I use a dust brush instead of a lint-free wipe, because sometimes even with the lint-free wipes, it still leaves like little particles of the wipe. So I like to go in with the little dust brush, the blue thing that y'all see there, with my alcohol, dust it off, dehydrate my nails, go in with Mia Secret 2 times, the Extra Bond, and then go in with 1 layer of Young Nails. So that is, you want to make sure you always have primer, some type of primer. I heard what's it called, gelish primer is good. I think with that one you actually have to cure it. I never tried it, so I don't know. We do have it at the salon, but I don't use it. I don't know if anybody uses it. I think everybody uses Young Nails Protein Bond and some other type of primer. I think I don't know if we have an OPI primer, but that's what everybody uses. So right here, for me, when I put my soft gel nail extensions on, I do like to go in with a base coat. This base coat is from Madam Glam. Sometimes I alternate my base coats. I don't use the same thing. I'm not really consistent when it comes to my nail products, except for the prep. Sometimes I use Madam Glam. Sometimes I use D&D base coat. When I did have Nail Reserve, I would use that. When I had a clear rubber base coat from Nails Cat Cat, I would use that, and that would kind of be like, because rubber base coat is a little thicker than base coat, so that was like extra strength on my nails. So yeah, just go in with your base coat. And I finally got a new lamp. I decided to go in by the, I think it's M, but yeah, it's a little big. I would say that lamp is definitely for when you're working in the salon, because where the numbers are and the buttons are, they're in the back of the lamp. So when you're sitting at a table servicing clients, you are able to press the buttons and see how the numbers or whatever. I can't see nothing from this angle. But anyway, moving right along to the next step. So I got my little flash cure lamp. Guys, please make sure when you're doing soft gel nails, you have a bigger lamp that's 36 watts or more, preferably more, because this little flash cure lamp doesn't do nothing. When they sell the little gel nail kit and you get the nails and you get the glue and you get the little lamp, that is a flash cure lamp only. That is just to stick the nails on so that they stay in place, and then you have to go in for a full 60 seconds. It's 2025. Nobody should be getting contact dermatitis now. And make sure you wipe the gel off. But we're going to get into all the don'ts because I have a lot of don'ts in here. So I am going in with the BT Art Box nail glue. I don't like using this glue. I'm lazy. I like the solid glue because that consistency is a little thicker. It gives you time to work with. Plus, it's easier if the gel spills out. It's easier to get a brush and with some alcohol and wipe around. When it's the gel in the bottle, it's kind of hard to, do that because you have to hold the nail in place compared to with solid nail glue. Once you put it on, it kind of just stays there. So what you want to do is make sure you're getting the gel up, and you guys are going to see what I do after. I didn't feel like I was putting too much glue, but I was, because all the nails had seepage. I don't know if that's the word, but all the nails had gel spill out of it. So you want to make sure that you put your nail at an angle. I'm not a mathematician, so I'm not going to tell y'all 45 degree. Just look at it, make sure it's not crooked, let it go under the lamp. This lamp is 20 seconds. You only need about 10 to 15, 20 seconds. I'm still going in and getting the glue, as much glue off of my skin as I can. When I was finished, none of the glue was on my skin, but it was like bubbles on the nail because that little lamp is strong, but it's not strong enough to make sure all the nails are cured on. Sorry, that's a lot of R's in those words. But anyway, usually I wouldn't show all 5 fingers, but I do. Another thing that I do is when I put the gel in the nail the well of the nail, I like to swipe it on my nail and then go in and putting the nails on. I feel like that helps me a lot. But my best friend is solid nail glue. I've tried the Macart one in like the little cylinder jar. I don't like that one because it's a lot of work, and I don't like working. I'm very lazy. I can admit that. I used that solid nail glue more for like when I was trying to do 3D nail, the 3D flowers or whatever. I do like the BT Art Box gel. I want to try the Beetles solid nail glue in the tube, and I also want to try the Tipex from them. So I might just buy that and try it and see how that works. So the thumb was the best nail that came out. I didn't really have too much glue spill out, but it's all trial and error. The more you do it, the more consistency, like with anything, the more you will find out what works for you, how much glue you will need, and all that good stuff. So this is the last nail. What I like to do is after I flash cure all my nails on, I go in with my 5-in-1 drill bit, and I like to get all of that glue up before I put it in the big lamp for that final cure. And I like to do that because I cure my nails 2 times for 60 seconds. So I put my nail in the lamp regularly, and then I flip my nail upside down to make sure that the nail is that glue is really cured, because nobody got time for contact dermatitis. Like, I've been doing soft gel nail extensions. Let's see. It's 2025, so maybe about 4 years now. But correctly, been doing it for like maybe a year and a half, and I have yet to contact dermatologist, Lord Jesus. I have yet to contact dermatitis because of the methods that I use. So here I am. I'm just going in and making sure I get up all that gel. Because the gel is not fully cured, it was only 20 seconds. It's not the hardest. It is kind of hard. That light is very powerful. It's not the hardest. So I am able to get the gel up. And then I did use the other end of my cuticle pusher to just flick it off, as you guys can see here. But once you get used to doing soft gel nail extensions, you won't have this issue. So this is just do's and don'ts. I make the mistakes so you guys don't have to. So and then after I do all of that, getting all that gel up, like I said, I go in and I cure it 60 seconds 2 times, just to make sure that there is no uncured gel. Stay tuned because we're almost done, and I think that'll be it.
Chemistry was crazy from the get-go. Neither one of us knew why. We didn't build nothing overnight, cause a love like this takes some time. People swore it off as a phase, said we can't see that. Now from top to bottom, they see that we did that. Yeah, it's so true that we've been through it. Yeah, we got real see, baby, we've been too strong for too long. And I can't be without you, baby. And I'll be waiting up until you get home, cause I can't sleep without you, baby. Anybody who's ever loved you know just what I feel. Too hard to fake it, nothing can replace it. Call the radio if you just can't be without you, baby. Yeah. I got a question for you. See, I already know the answer. Still, I wanna ask you, will you lie? No. Make me cry? No. Do something behind my back and then try to cover it up? Well, neither would I, baby. My love is only defined up. Yes. I'll be faithful. Yes. I'm for real. Yes. And with us, you'll always know the deal. We've been too strong for too long. And I can't be without you, baby. Oh, and I'll be waiting up until you get home, cause I can't sleep without you, baby. If anybody who's ever loved you know just what.
Okay, so I lied. We're not almost done. So after I cure, right here, what I did was, I usually don't cut my nails down, but because I'm working in the kitchen, I wanted to cut them down because I'm dealing with pans, and when I'm washing dishes, washing trays, they tend to get really heavy. So this nail clipper, you can find it on Amazon. I started with like level 3, I guess, but then they were still kind of long. So was it level 3 or 4? I think I went in with 3. I can't remember, but I just cut them down, and then I went in and shaped them. I don't really round out the corners, but I do buff like under the nail and the free edge, just to not make them so sharp, because my last 2 kids aren't really babies, but they're still young. Like, I still have to wash them up, so I just don't want to risk the fact like me scratching them. But I am going in with my 80/85. I feel like this gives me that perfect square edge that I like. I'm a square girly. I do almond from time to time, but there's nothing like a square. And I don't know if that has anything to do with me being a 90s baby, because that's all I ever saw growing up was like square. My mom, my aunts, they always got square. And I do like a little curve, not too much. Like the red iguana nails that I had on with the last video, those are cool. Like, I guess the apex, not too much of a high apex, but give me a little curve, not too dramatic. But so yeah, I'm just going in and shaping them up. Now's the time to do that. I like to get my little armrest, just something sturdy. And yeah, as you guys can see, that wasn't working. I don't know, nothing was working too much. But what also helps is like if you just, even like the lint free container, just put your finger there and just file away. So right here I'm going in with my sanding band. Sometimes I do have like a little bit of glue that I didn't get with the 5-in-1 before I did that final cure. So I'm just getting that ready right now. This part of the application is just getting the nails ready to go in for a design or polish. So just making sure everything is flush and crisp. After this part, I do get all the dust off, and then I go in with my little dapping dish and my brush to flush the cuticles with the acetone. You do not need a lot of acetone. I made a mistake and filled up the whole dapping dish of sorry guys. It's almost that time to go pick up little ones from the bus. If you know, you know. So you don't need a lot of acetone. I made the mistake in pouring it so much one day I had to throw it out, because you don't need a little bit. You're just using it at the cuticle just to flush it, just to make sure. You want to make sure it's like you walked out of a salon, like you got acrylics on, but it's gel. So you know, I don't really get to do acrylic because it makes my head hurt, but I feel like with acrylic you can make sure that cuticle area is really flush and with the you know, that cuticle bead, but instead you're just using acetone. So a little bit goes a long way. I have a dedicated brush for when I'm doing gel nails. Most of the time I use two, but I couldn't find it. Like I have two. I have one that's like my acetone brush, and then one when I'm actually putting on the nail tips to get the gel up that I use for alcohol. And I can pretty much tell which one is the difference because the acetone brush looks very ashy and raggedy. It just looks really crazy. So if you don't want to do this part, there is another way to apply your gel nails to still get it flush, and that's when you would just move the tip up a little bit. I'm not that coordinated to move the tip up. I have to make sure it's like really at the cuticle. Yeah, I didn't get that good coordination genes, but and that's it. Then I go in with my buffing block and I like to smooth it over, and you're ready. And this will be the time to just get any excess glue, whatever it is that you need to do to make it a perfect application. Do what you got to do, but this is just my way of doing it. So sorry the video is super long, but I want it to be super detailed, and that's it. So stay tuned. I'm going to be designing these nails that I have on currently. I don't know when that'll be out, hopefully tomorrow, but if not, it should be out before the week is over. Be good to you, be good to others. See you in the next one. Bye.